8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So sound the alarm, ring the bells, we have blast off, it is official. What a beautiful, beautiful day today in cryptocurrency. Pleasure and an honor to be here with you. And also to everybody that says I've been too positive or I've been too bullish lately, I mean, guys, I just had this feeling and the charts were just looking so positive. We had so much good news coming out, so many positive indicators. We'll get into it in just a second, but thank you so much for joining me today. As usual, you guys rock. If you haven't got subscribed to the channel yet, I literally do this every single day. Let's dive in. Let's have a look at this craziness. So let me give this a quick refresh live. We have gone up another $3 billion just since I had the page loaded. My goodness, look at these gains across the board. I mean, I'm not even going to go into them. They're just massive. Obviously, Bitcoin, 15%. You can see that the dominance did go up today, 51.1%. Now look at these gains too in the alts. You have Repo, 128%, Metaverse, 31, Nano, 31, Cubitica, 21, Bitcoin Cash, 19, NEM, 18, Cardano, 17. I mean, guys, this is just a crazy day to be in crypto today. So let's have a look and let's see what was going on. So basically, this is what we were looking at. You can see right here, 4,147. This is before we broke through this resistance. Now, I said yesterday, this was a very key point of resistance. Not only that, but right here, we officially confirmed our second golden cross, okay? We are also above this major resistance, this downtrend, and on top of it, we also got above the 20 weekly moving average. So all of this combined made for the perfect storm, and you guys know what happened. And on top of that, we were also getting very close to this wedge that we had been speaking of, so this was to be expected. Obviously, Bitcoin is having a little bit of a dump right now, so what can you do to protect yourself? Well, obviously, guys, this is the new resistance right here, this 5,117 spot. So currently, Bitcoin is still dumping as to be expected. But basically what I think around here, I mean, if you guys want, this is up to you. You don't have to. I don't really deal with you know, like 100x leverage trading. I don't use BitMEX or stuff like that. But what you can do is you could put sort of a, if you want, you could put like a sell or a stop loss down around like the $4,500 mark. You know what I'm saying? Something like that's sort of in between these two support and resistances. Because I think if we do take a massive dump, which clearly there is selling happening as I'm speaking, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of settle around the $4,355 mark, because that is sort of the previous resistance that we had to break out of, right? So we'll keep an eye on this as the video goes on, but I don't think short term will go below the 4,353. If we do, I think it'll be something like a wick and pull right back up, you know? So obviously having a look at this, the question is, you know, even if we do fall, I mean, we have put in a very significant higher high as far as this bear market or this bear trend, whatever you want to call it, has been concerned. So, I mean, even if we were to fall down to, you know, I don't know, 4,300, you know, that would still be really, really good. So obviously understand there are going to be sell-offs. There are going to be profits to be made. Some people might move their Bitcoin now into the altcoins to see if they can rally up on the altcoin gains. But just be careful, because clearly after a move of this magnitude, there will be some sort of a sell-off. Okay. So just be aware of that, guys. But, you know, is it something to be worried about? Not particularly, and hey, listen, if you miss the boat and it does go down, well, another opportunity to buy cheaper, right? That's the way that I look at it. Now, the question is, what caused this? Why did this happen? Well, I'm going to tell you someone on Twitter, it was Bitlord, if you guys had seen, not saying that he caused it, but he had pointed out this BitMEX insurance fund chart and how it was just starting to look really, really weird. It was almost basically going flat, right? So I'm going to show you real quick the Twitter post that he had made where he was discussing this, and a lot of people are calling him a hero. I actually got to meet the guy at World CryptoCon. So, you know, anyway, let's check out. This is the video right here, and I'll see if I can put the chart next to it and play it at the same time. So check it out.
I woke up not too long ago. I had a coffee. I'm starting to get excited. And as I said, I'm going to talk about a Bitcoin Black Swan event and why I think it's on the cards. Now, I was scrolling through my Twitter feed today, and I was looking at all these shit posts. There's April Fool's, so everybody's obviously having a joke. There's like all sorts of stuff everywhere. And then I saw this one particular post. Somebody posted a chart of the BitMEX insurance fund and what the BitMEX insurance fund has been doing. Now, if you look at the BitMEX insurance fund, you see how it starts to build up. It starts to build. It has started to curve. It has started to curve, and it's at the stage where it's like that. It's like it's going off and it's curved like that. It's very, very, very sensitive. It looks like it is on the edge of a cliff. Now, what is going to happen here? This is very simple. If you're somebody that knows the very basics of charting, I mean, even a kid can see this. A normal human being knows something is about to happen. Something big is about to happen. So you're going to see it looks like the BitMEX insurance fund is about to break out, which means there is going to be a big move that people aren't expecting, a very big move. And I'm looking at the charts now. I'm looking at the monthly, and I'm thinking, look, guys. If it's going to be good for us, we're going to be looking at something like 4,800s, 5,000s. That's it. But if it goes a wrong way, which is, I mean, at this stage is completely unexpected, completely like that to me just looks like it's impossible. It looks like it's impossible. Then, yeah, look, I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to say, look, it looks like it's really going to moon. It looks like it's going to moon into the 5Ks this month. That's what I'm looking at. And I think, judging by this BitMEX insurance fund, I think that would have to happen rather quickly and catch a lot of people off guard.
So as you could see, it was definitely obvious that there was something that was fishy, there was something that was happening, and he was calling for a potential Black Swan event. Now, obviously, we didn't go downwards, we went upwards, but it was very interesting to see that chart that he was pointing out and what they were talking about. So you could see as the price of Bitcoin rose, a whopping $500 million was liquidated on BitMEX, which uses XBT to represent Bitcoin and has Tether as its main trading pair. So this trading pair accounts for 15% of Bitcoin trading volumes in the last 24 hours. At the time of even publishing this article, the price on BitMEX was still higher than other exchanges, showing that BitMEX was the exchange that was leading the way, that essentially led the rally. So while the above reason appears to be most plausible, others pointed the finger at April Fools, whales, the BitHum hack, even wash trading for the sudden spike in price. Now, granted that this did take place on BitMEX, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of people jumping in to get those shorts now, right? We got our long, now let's get the short. So that is to be expected moving forward, guys. I do want to also point out super quick that as far as the technicals, they say that the RSI has now risen into overbought conditions, which could potentially signal that the market is too far overextended. So long as the RSI can remain above 50 on the pullback, we can assume that the bulls will remain in charge of the market. And obviously, going back to our good old buddy Fear and Greed Index, it actually pulled back 2 points, which is interesting. But we know these are very arbitrary type, signals to base our assumptions off of. But I do want to point out, like Christian said, he said, we saw it already in late February when Bitcoin made its first higher high since the start of the bear market by surpassing 4,156. But this one today is way more significant. Bitcoin just surpassed 3 previous lower highs. So there you guys go. This is also good news moving forward. So I want to ask you the question now, because it's always fun to bring this chart up. Where do you think we are now, guys? Do you think that we're still down here in this depression? Are we in the anger stage? Was this little rally part one of the anger, and now we're going to go even lower? Do you think we're here? Or do you think we're actually starting to come out of the depression into the disbelief stage where, everyone calls it a sucker's rally? And then if we hop back over to this side of the chart, disbelief would be here and we would be starting the next trend. So where do you think we are on this chart? I will drop a poll above and you guys let me know based on these stages: anger, depression, disbelief, and I guess hope essentially would be like the closest to the next bull cycle. Where do you think we are right now? Having a look at the chart, if you could look back, you could see right here. So, you could argue that, maybe we're just seeing this, right? Or maybe we're at disbelief right here. It could be. It's possible, right? So I just wanted to point that out, guys. But, regardless of even if we pull way down here, I mean, man, that was an incredible, incredible run. And there was definitely a lot of money to be made. In fact, if we look at just the volume, the last time we saw volume this high, was back in December, around December 18th, December 19th, and December 20th. So yeah, it has been a long time coming. Now, the overall volume, personally, I would like to see it. You know, you can see it does have a trend. It is going down. I would like to see more consistent volume, but, you know, we will take this moving forward, guys. Also, before we go, somebody actually pointed this out. You know, RIP Nipsey Hustle. I didn't have a chance to mention this yesterday in the video. I slipped my mind, but obviously, you know, what happened, and this video actually came out, and he's actually talking about the potential of cryptocurrency. So thanks to Fritz Charles for circulating this. And I just wanted to kind of play this for you guys real quick so you guys could sort of just, you know, hear his perspective, I guess, on cryptos.
Less than 1% penetration, and that's a fact because I can't spend Bitcoin here. I gotta still spend US dollars or MasterCard credit or, you know, established credit. Any one of these stores, there's no penetration in the real world. But there's a $27 to $800,000 increase in investment in this space. But there's a 1% penetration in the real world. So what happens when it gets 5% real world? When more people can spend their cryptocurrency at the store, at the restaurant, on the airplane, which is why we came to Amsterdam, because there's a city out here where the whole city is cryptocurrency friendly. And this is an example of what's gonna happen to the rest of the world. And we think that if you get in now, when the value spreads, when the accessibility spreads, you'll be sitting on the right chair. And, you know, being out here further brought that to my attention, reinforced my belief in it.
So kind of piggybacking off of that topic, I just want to point out one thing super quick. So, you know the money manager that was made famous by the movie The Big Short? His name is Steve Eisman. You may be familiar. You probably saw that movie. Well, basically, he had an interview with the Financial Times, and it looks like he is taking aim at Canada's banks, joining a number of other investors who are betting that a struggling economy and weakening housing market will cause a blow to the country's lenders. So Eisman told the Financial Times that while he expects the Canadian bank stocks and real estate sector will be hurt, the damage will not be as deep as the US financial crisis a decade ago. So yes, you now have literally someone shorting the banks. Buy Bitcoin, short the banks, right? Now, I don't want to end on a negative topic because that's not what I want to do, but I do want to point out that there is potential chance of a economic crisis, a global recession, right? We've spoke about this a few times on the channel now. I don't want this to happen. I live in the United States. Trust me, I'm not looking forward to this. But at the same time, this is why I personally believe so much in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and why I've hedged so much of my portfolio. I mean, basically all of my portfolio is in crypto. My bank account is laughable at this point. It's been laughable for the past, year and a half now. And personally, I don't believe that if we were to have another economic, crisis meltdown, that Bitcoin would be one of the first assets to be sold. They say that it would be because that tends to happen in these times. People sell gold, they sell assets for cash. I don't think that'll happen. Also, we don't know for sure because Bitcoin has never existed in this type of a situation. In fact, it was birthed out of the 2008 financial crisis, right? So here's 6 reasons why there may be a financial crisis in the future. And you can check this out. We still haven't recovered properly. The Eurozone crisis are a cause for concern. The trade war could explode. Debt is a big issue. China's slowdown, as well as the populism problem. Now, I'm not going to go into this whole thing. Obviously, there's a lot to read, but I just wanted to make you guys aware and, not saying dump every freaking dollar you have into crypto. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do whatsoever. But for me personally, I actually feel more comfortable in crypto than I do leaving my money in a bank. Weird, right? Even as volatile as this market is, I personally do. Let me know how you feel. I mean, do you feel, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that there might be some kind of a crisis coming? Do you think this is just, they always say this? Or, what are you doing to prepare? And do you think that something like Bitcoin would be a good hedge in a situation like that? So let's talk about stuff that's more fun, not so serious. So yesterday was April Fool's. I'm still kind of figuring out which things were jokes and which things weren't. So this one, definitely, my Ether wallet, they said, attention, my Ether wallet users, if you're planning any transactions on Mu today, please factor in an extra 15 to 20 minutes. As of today, my Ether wallet requires a mandatory KYC process. Please have your information ready. you will be guided through the process on my Ether Wallet's website. I was so pissed at first. I didn't even think to myself, this is an April Fool's joke. I was like, are you serious? I mean, granted, I actually do prefer to use my crypto instead of my Ether wallet. I just like the interface slightly better, nothing personal, but I would be really upset about that because that's the beauty of it. I mean, you just plug in with your ledger and you go, right? So yeah, that was a good one. Also, there was another one from Spankchain. So they said they were excited to announce the launch of our 2 new secure hardware wallets and sexy personal massager hybrids. I don't have to tell you guys what these are, but essentially they were trying to say that they were going to put a cold storage wallet inside of, yeah. So turns out it was a giant elaborate joke, but apparently they were like, well, if it was a joke, why did you guys have such an elaborate deck for a demo, right? And apparently they were saying, well, like they might still consider it. It was something they had planned on maybe considering a while ago. But yeah, so that was a pretty good April Fool's joke. What wasn't an April Fool's joke, but sure probably felt like one to some of these people. Apparently, now I don't really use Huobi that much, but apparently Huobi had a bit of a situation where they shut down during this massive pump. So what ended up happening is Binance actually had the all-time high for volumes. Maybe people were moving over there. I'm not really too sure. But basically they were saying they had difficulties. They couldn't, you can go in here and you can see orders cannot cancel, cannot be completed, chart so wild, why my order can't cancel. WTF is wrong with Huobi Exchange, was trading below my buy limit order, but it didn't hit. So there's a lot of angry people right now at Huobi. Let me know if you were affected by that. That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry. That's the thing with these exchanges, man. They're centralized and they have problems, Yeah. So they say that it looks like some people were sending large amounts to it at the time. So it looks like a lot of people could be disappointed because of this. Like I said, guys, super sorry to hear about that, but I don't want to end on a bad note today. So 751,588 Bitcoin are left to be mined before the next halvening event. That's only a mere $3 billion left to be bought. Shorting Bitcoin now is like picking up a penny in front of a steamroller. It is simply not worth it. And on that note, I will leave you on that note. That's it for today, guys. So thank you so much. I kept it quick. Why not keep it quick today? It's a really good day. Honestly, if you go through the news today, it's only just talking about the pump. So there's really not much to bring you guys today. Everything's just like Bitcoin pump, Bitcoin pump, Bitcoin pumped. This video, Bitcoin pumped, right? So Bitcoin pumped, in case you didn't know. So that being said, guys, I will definitely, have another video for you guys out tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the video for today. And also congratulations to everyone just being in on the market. And I hope you guys enjoyed your gains. Let's have a look. Let's see how bad. Are we dumping? No, we pulled back up. We're probably going to bounce around this region for a while, guys. Like I said, if we do dump, I think we're going to hit the old resistance. I think 4,353. But now we have a new support that we have to break, which is the 5,000. I got to start saying 5,000 now. $5,121. So if we can break above that, maintain above that, that'll put us in a very positive waters. But, we could end up just kind of bouncing around this channel for a while now. So we will keep an eye on it. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Everyone that has been supporting the channel, I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't had a chance to download Brave Browser yet, get rid of all these pesky ads, you can use my link below. You get $5 worth of basic attention tokens. Also, we do Ledger Nano giveaways every Monday on the channel. Any comment is eligible. But if you guys want, you can also use my link below and pick up a ledger yourself. And I definitely appreciate it. But I don't expect any of that of you. Thank you so much again for coming back to the channel. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.